Welcome back to Drawn to Me, and this portion of On the Rise is part 8. Well, I hope you're enjoying the episodes or getting what you want to get out of the shows. Thanks and stay tuned in. All right. Hello and welcome back. And my name is Clarification Brooks. I prefer for everyone to call me Clara. And I welcome everybody that's come in today. I welcome you. Thank you for showing up. Last week we really had a special occasion going on with the confessions that we had on last week. It's really been rough. I received some calls over the weekend from a couple of you. I'm not going to name you, but a couple of you that have called with some other issues. I hope that everything has been settled by now. Of course, we can talk again after today, and that's not to put anyone on blast because we're all in the same program, and we're all here for the same reason. And for the newcomers, of course, I'd just like to welcome you and thank you for coming out. If someone has invited you, thank you for whoever's invited you, or if you have seen one of our flyers and just decided to come in, that's good also. I want everybody to go the back and make sure that your names are signed in. If you hadn't signed in, go ahead and on the paper back there, make sure you put your first and last name and your phone numbers. Don't forget, and we also ask your age, so put that next to it. That's very important for this program. Okay. We want to jump right in to our poems. Everybody who should have your poems ready. Okay. I want to see a raising of hands so I can know that everybody who has their poem, please. And when you come up here, you don't have to say your name. Just read your poem. Don't say your name. Just read your poem. All right. Well, I'm gonna start over here on the first row over there. Ma'am, you can come up and then you can read your poem. I'll be ready for you. Stand right here because there's a little bit another explanation too. It's all right, everybody here. Okay, so for all the newcomers, we wrote a poem. We are all here, of course, because we all did something wrong to someone. Either we are regretting it now and we're sorry, or either we're not. Or either we're kind of in between, in the middle, and then you do regret it one day, the next day you don't. What we're trying to do is try to overcome that so that we can become better humans, and we can become better humans toward the relationships that we are having, okay? Um, so if you want, you can take a piece of paper and a pen there, and if you can think of a poem while you're here, go ahead, write your poems, and I want you all to send them in. These will go to our special newspaper, and they are all anonymous, so it won't have your hand written on it or your name. But if you want, you can still put your name on there, and we'll keep a record of who all put in a poem, and that'll be all. Also, we will have snacks again. This time, the snacks have not arrived just yet. When we go on our breaks, you all can welcome to go and buy your own snacks or food and drink. But we will also have snacks on the table that will be available for you for free. Okay, I'm ready for you to go ahead and start with your poem. Anything else that you need to know, we will be able to discuss that later. I know last week I said I was going to talk to one of you who had came up here and give your story, which was a very sad story. All of our stories are sad in a way, but we were supposed to talk back again with you, but I prefer to talk with you privately. Is that okay with you? Okay, we could do that. Okay, I'm ready. Wrong song. I speak another language, like I am from Hong Kong. If I was Japanese, could you discriminate? If I was a president, if I was a child, but I am African American, and you don't trust me. You no longer trust me. I'd ask if I am fair, but I did do you wrong, so how can I fix it? Thank you for reading your poem. It's a good poem. Now, when you guys are reading your poems, I want you to kind of think about the change that you're making or that you're going towards in your new behavior. I know nothing is perfect. Nothing's even guaranteed. So, what we want to do is we want to make sure that everyone gets what they need. We'll have someone to counsel you and talk with you and further help you. Because this right here, this says these sessions won't last forever because we have to bring in new people. So, can my next person come up here? Okay. Hello, everybody. I'll just start reading my poem. It's of course it's labeled "I Know I Did You Wrong." Why did I do this? Why did I do that? Gotta come to grips and hold on to me being corrected. I needed you to correct me. I may have lost a friend, but it's okay. I gained correction. Now, I am corrected from the way I did you because I was wrong. Okay, sound good. It's really getting good so far. I need another one to come up. Yes, you. I need you to come up right now. Say your point. Point. I know I did you wrong. I didn't feel bad at first. I'm numb. Well, I was numb to what I did because you were wrong to me. Then I was wrong to you. I did you wrong. You did me wrong. Now let's move on. Next time, don't do me like you did because I forbid. I forbid. Okay. Come on, you all. I know you can clap a little bit harder for these people who have come up and, just, put in their feelings into this point. I really want to hear you to applause because this was really, really great. Come on and give it up for them. All right, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I also have me a poem. I know you all wasn't probably expecting that, but I have me a poem also. Of course, it's titled I Know I Did You Wrong. Everybody has the same name for their poem. Isn't this something? Okay. Did you wrong? Who did you wrong? Oh, yes. It was I. It was I who did you wrong. Why would I do you wrong? You didn't deserve it. You are not perfect, but how can I have the nerve and even though you don't deserve it? But what do you deserve? Loving behavior. Now I am sure to curve. Okay, so that's my poem. What do you think about that particular poem that I just said? Everybody, did you? Okay. I see your hands up like, okay, yes, you like this one. Okay. Thank you. I still want to call somebody else up here. All of those, like I said, the ones who have written their poem, if you're still writing your poem, that's fine. You don't have to come up and say it. Okay. Not yet. Not yet. You don't have to come up here and say it. Okay. Let's see. You all can put your poems back there on that table and leave them there. We'll get them. Okay, yes, put it in the box. Anybody else who wants to read their poem? Okay, come on up. Come on up. I can take your poem in. I think I have enough room for 2 more poems, okay? Okay. Okay. Come on.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I know that I did you wrong. I made you sing a sad song. I know that now me and you don't belong. But would it be wrong if I bought you a ring and tried to come back home? But I don't want to be alone. Come back to my zone. Come back to my zone. I'll step down from the throne so that you won't hurt, so that you can feel like you belong again. You can get along again, can't you? Okay, that was good. Let's see. Can I see your poem again? I want to read that again. It sounds really unique. I want to read it, and so that because I know that you said you weren't feeling good. I want to read it for everybody to hear it. Okay? Is that okay with you? Yes. Okay. All right, everybody. You don't have to clap, but I'm going to read it again. Okay? Believe it or not, I know that I did you wrong. I made you sing a sad song. I know that now me and you don't belong. But would it be wrong if I brought you a ring and tried to come back home? I don't want to be alone. Come back to my zone. I'll step down from the throne so that you won't hurt, so that you can feel like you belong again. You can get along again, can't you? That's really, I like that. I really do like that. Every poem that was read tonight, it sounds really good. I really want to thank you all for that. Okay. One more poem there from the back. You, right there from the back. I think you've been raising your hand for quite some time. Come on up here. Oh, yeah, that's... Okay, so I'm not used to standing up in front of everybody, but I just really wanted to get my poem in. I'm a little, nervous right now, but I want to say the poem. Okay, I'm ready. You say I did you wrong, and I believe you. My thing is, how can I ever go back? What's done is done. My skeletons are out now. I really know I did you wrong, but how can I face myself? I still want to matter to myself, but you matter too. Thank you. I wanted to kind of explain my poem. Can I explain it a little bit? Of course you can. You can do that. Okay, so what was going on? Of course, when I was doing um the person wrong, I feel like my skeletons were coming out, and once I realized that it really made me feel bad. I was like, I never thought I had any skeletons, and it was just that I had to learn how to face myself. And so I'm like, I can put that in the poem. I really had to come out and really truly face myself for the first time. And it was really difficult because I stepped on and I kept looking in the mirror. I said, is this the me that was doing this person wrong. And I said, this can't be the me that's doing this person wrong. It's got to be something else to this. And I still wanted to matter to myself. I didn't want to make myself feel so bad. I didn't want to make myself feel too bad, and I didn't want to make the other person feel too bad. Because I was like, because they know that they matter too. And what really helped me write this poem is because the person that I did wrong actually forgave me. And it didn't come overnight, but they finally, did forgive me. So I was like, let me put this in a poem how I felt. I really felt bad because this person would not talk to me, wouldn't answer my phone calls, wouldn't do anything. Just didn't want to be around me or anything. And at first I'm like, I just don't understand. We're cool. This is just what we do. And the person was like, like I would call, they would barely say anything on the phone. It was barely any more conversation at all. And I was like, this is too much for me to handle. This is a lifetime, long term friend that I have been friends with. So I was like, okay, let's get this on out here. Let me say why it really mattered, So I forgave them for things that they did too, because I'm like, I know I'm the one that was the cause of it. I was like, wow, I caused this person to really act this certain way to me, and I was like, okay, I gotta keep facing myself. And so each day I learned how to look in the mirror and just face myself and say, how can I be so dirty? How can I do this? But I stopped saying the part about me being dirty, because I was like, maybe I'm not so dirty because I'm trying to clean up my act. So it's just a lot of process that I've been going through, trying to kick these skeletons on out, because I was like, you got to get out of here. I can't continue to be acting and behaving like this with people, So that's it. I just wanted to kind of, explain my point. And I thank you all. I thank you all for listening. Anyway. Okay. Thanks, Miss Clara. You're welcome. All right. So now I wanted to see if I can get a couple of more people to come up and tell their story too. And I thank you for telling your story. We can't get to everybody today because in a little bit we're going to be going on another break. So I need another person right now to come up and tell your story about what you did wrong. Okay, while we're looking at all of these poems, we need to be up discussing what we did wrong. And after the break, when we come back, I want to kind of explain a little bit on how we can work toward work toward what we're feeling. Okay, so it's a couple of things that I might want to talk about before we close out. All right, come on up. What is your name? Hello, my name is Shara. Okay. All right. So, it's been hard for me to come up here and tell my story. I was a bad person, just in my own world, in my own way. What I did was horrible on the job that I worked at. The people that they actually hired me on to help me pay my bills, give me a paycheck each month. But I would come in and steal certain things out of the job, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a few of these things. It should be okay. but it became addictive to me. It really, really became addictive to me. And I didn't want to stop. I'm like, okay, I can't be greedy because if I get greedy, then I'm going to get caught. And I was like, no, I'm not going to get caught. But something told me that I was going to get caught. And what happened is that it cost me a really good job. I had been on that job for many, 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 many years. And the equipment that I was taking, it wasn't right. I just felt, as far as the place that I was working in the medical field, I felt like I needed some of those things to take with me. And I was like, they got enough money. I know that they can, replace it. So I didn't care. And so one day I went to this church service with my friend, and I started realizing, hey, how can I come to church and this is what I'm doing? And they're trying to tell me, the first thing they came and told me was do not steal. You're not supposed to steal. I'm not going to tell you the whole service and everything, but they were talking about how we weren't supposed to steal and how we weren't supposed to lie on others. And so I was like, okay, I'm not lying on anybody, but what I'm doing is taking things off the job that don't belong to me. And then they're going to pay me a check for this. So I started feeling guilty because I was like, if it was me, I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. I sat up and I thought about it. And I thanked my friend for taking me into it because I was like, I didn't want to keep going in because I was like, I got to keep taking this stuff, what I'm doing. But it made me think about it the way they explained to me how I wouldn't want it to happen to me if it was my place. I'm going to pay somebody a check just so they can come in and take everything from me. And I mean, I kind of knew it was wrong, but I was like, okay. I just, like I said, the addiction would not make me stop. So I kept going and going and going, even after I went to the church service. My friend said, well, you don't want to come back to church? What's wrong? I'm like, I'm busy. I was like, and plus I don't have enough clothes to go there, and I keep forgetting to get the clothes, so I can't come in. I just made up anything because I was like, I can't go in there, and face them. They were really, really nice people. That's what, they were. So, and it's not, I mean, it was just, I didn't want to just do that to them. So, the question is, do I have that job? No, I got caught. And the consequences were worse than I thought. I didn't know that the consequences of what I had to do was going to happen. And so I'm dealing with that today. Getting a job was kind of hard, after that because people, that's the only job I had experience in was working with the medical field, and that was just, they weren't trying to let me back in like that, in the medical field to help them do, the job. So, did I feel bad? Yes, I felt really bad. And I think I was starting to feel bad even before I went to the church service because I was like, what am I doing? I just keep doing this and doing this. I'm like, what is this? But I'm just so happy though that I went to the church service because they helped me to stop because I was already feeling bad and I was like, well, I don't know how to get this off of me. Do I still go to the church services? Now I do. And it's been helping me ever since. So that's my story. Okay, that's got to be a rough one. You're sitting here with people. Look, I see all of you over there holding on to your pockets now when she come through, huh? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know it's rough. We gotta, just not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. You don't have to cry. And if you want, you can go out, go to the washroom, for a little bit. I know you might want to, wipe your face and come back to the room. Okay, we got security guards out there to watch you and make sure you're okay. Okay, so now here's the part I'm ready to get into talking to. What can we do about these feelings? The feelings of being sad, the feelings of being guilty, the feelings of being, thinking that there's no turnaround for you, there's no turning back. But there is some turning back for you. You all have a second chance. I don't know if this is your second chance, your third chance, or whatever this is for you, but you have another chance to turn yourselves around and to make yourselves happier by doing the right thing, by not going out mistreating people who haven't done anything to you. So where do you begin? Where do you start? What you're doing by coming in here to this operation, this program, you're already doing it. You're taking the first step. That's the first step that you're taking. Okay? Yeah, give yourself a hand clap. It's an amazing thing for you to come here and share your story with a bunch of strangers, people you don't know. How do you tell somebody that you do know what you're doing? It's kind of embarrassing. So we want to try to get those embarrassing feelings out of here, because I definitely don't want you to carry on for the rest of your life just feeling embarrassed and guilty about something that you had, no control of. You were having issues. You didn't know how to stop. You didn't want to stop. So therefore, you needed someone that you can talk to, someone that can help you, someone that can guide you onto the next step. So do not be ashamed. Look, I'm telling you, you don't have to be ashamed. All of you are not perfect, but you are still human, and you deserve another chance. And I've been trying to get myself to understand, when people do me wrong, how can I forgive them? How can I look at them the same? You don't. You really don't look at people the same. So I just want you all to know that people may never look at you the same. And that's something you're going to have to realize. You're going to have to recognize that they're not going to probably look at you the same. And you have a lot of making up to do, okay? You got a lot of proving to these people that you say that you care about. You got a lot of proving to do. Because the moment that you mess up, that next time, there may not be a second chance or another chance for you. Because they're going to look at you like, okay, wait a minute. I risked myself to give this person another chance. I risked myself and everything that, is dealing with me to come and deal with you again. Just like the young man that was here last week. I see he's not here today. And he talked about how he did his girlfriend, and get to him. He'll probably be back hopefully next week. He's been here before. Okay, he's been here before, but let me tell you, I'm not going to try to discuss his story because he can tell his story better than anyone else can. But my point is that it's going to be hard to look at people who do anything like that any of us have done in the same way. So, what I want you to do is take your piece of paper and write that down in your notes, because you're going to want to go back and look at your notes. And a shocking truth is, we're all going to have to take a test in here before you get your certificates from taking this class. You're going to have to take a test, and I want you all to take as many notes as you can in here. From whatever you can remember, jot that down, okay? Jot it down on the paper, whatever you can remember in this class that can help you to get that the answers on your test correct. But I want you to write this down. People will not look at me the same after the things that I've did, okay? This is the reason why I chose not to hang out with certain crowds. When they were out being silly and making bad choices, I said, you know what? I don't want to be in that group. You know? They're cool and everything. I said, but I'm going to wait till they calm down. And if they don't calm down, I'm not hanging out. What does that mean? I didn't want people to look at me in a different way. And some of us we can't turn around. Just write that down in your notes. We can't turn around from the things that we've done already. There's no turning back. But we don't have to continue to do the same things that we have been doing and messing up our relationships, our friendships, and different things like that. Whether it's to be how you're handling your families. Listen, people will get in your ear. Make sure you write this down. People will get in your ear, especially if they heard about you. If somebody says something, you know somebody's going to say something. And if they say something, you don't have to necessarily get mad and say it and throw this anger party. Because being angered about it is not going to be the key. But if you do going to be angered about it, watch what you're going to do about it. Make sure you make a better decision with what you're going to be doing. Because when you come out of this class, I really want you all, okay? I really want you all to know what to do. Let me see a show of hands of how many people think that their relationships are very important to them. Let me see your hands go up. And that's everybody's hand. Your relationships mean something to you, then you are taking another level up. You're going to the next level. It may not be peaches and cream. All right? It may not be this overnight turnaround, but you got some work to do. So if your relationships are really that important to you, get working. All right? Prove to the people that are looking at you differently that you want. And don't be playing these mind games with them, because that's why they are going to be on you, because they're going to say, hey, I got to keep my eye on you. Now, one other suggestion that I have, since you've been coming here to these sessions for a while, is getting to know someone else. Get to know someone else and see, how you can start new relationships. Because starting new relationships might be very helpful for you, because these people understand what you've been through and see how they're going to look at you. Because look, remember, they know your story too. You shared it with them. Everybody in here is going to share their story, so everybody's going to know what's going on. But at least you know you have that choice to give them a chance or not. So let's all be kind to each other, okay? Next week, I want to have us to repeat a kind speech. It's what we're to say about each other, because we have to sit here with each other. We eat with each other. We drink with each other. We talk with each other. We listen to each other. Okay, so it's good for you all if you want. And you think it's okay. You want to exchange numbers, and you're like, okay, that's fine. You can do that. Okay, you're the decision maker right now. You know what you want to do. Okay, so As our director, Karen Toe, comes up, can you give her a hand clap, please? Hello, guys. Of course, you know I'm Karen Tote, and I am the director. And I will tell you my story when you come in next week. And that's my proposal. I want to thank you all for coming out today. I want to thank you all who have invited someone else. And if you have a chance, I want you to invite some more people next week. And next week will be the last invite for this session time. So after you send the people who come in next week, there will be, we won't accept any more. But I started this operation because of some things that I was going through, of course. And once I realized that I was going through certain things, I realized that it was really my fault. So I started thinking and thinking and thinking about it, and I wanted to just go ahead and start an operation to help people because it didn't feel so good, because I'm the one that had, caused the confusion and things that were going on around me. So I wanted to just open up this operation because a lot of people used to say, hey, you think you're perfect, you're not, you act like you didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, wow, I couldn't receive that. It was so hard for me to receive that. I was like, I'm really a good person, so I didn't want things to go a step further the wrong direction. So I brought everybody in, and I'm really, really proud of this operation. We've been doing this for about 15 years now. And when people find out about it, they're all excited about coming in. You all will get a certificate at the end of this operation, just to say that you have made the effort to change. And, we've had people come in, I must admit, we've had people that they would come in, do a really, 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 really good job, and all of a sudden they fell off. But everybody in here sounds like they're doing so good right now. I hope that none of you fall off of your commitments to doing people better and making better decisions. Okay, so you all are free to leave, and there's plenty of snacks back there. You are welcome to take the rest of those snacks home with you. And please come back next week. We hate to miss any of you, so please come out. I mean, I know everything right now is going on with the COVID-19 and the protesting and things like that have happened. But please don't forget to come out. We're trying to make an effort to make our communities cleaner, safer, and better. And thank you. Thank you so much, you all, for coming out. And please, 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 please come back again because we really enjoy you and you all help us.